So very good evening to all of you. So we'll continue with our presentation in the first half, followed by my summary in the second half. So we have 3 stocks today. Three best performing stocks in the Indian stock market. In fact, all the stocks we have selected are best performing stocks in the Indian stock market. And we are going to see 3 stocks, Shree Cement, Relaxo Footwear, and which is the third one? Shree Cement, Relaxo Footwear, and
Pidilite.
Yeah, Pidilite. So these 3 groups are going to present. So before I give the platform to the students for presentation, let us quickly look at the performance of the 3 stocks. So I'm just sharing my screen. So first stock is Pidilite. So really long-term performance I'm looking at. So you can see the performance, right? Nice graph over long period of time. So if you look at the stock performance, right? More than 100 times appreciation in the last 20 years. Second stock, Relaxo Footwears. So if you look at the Relaxo also, you can see the same trend. These are more companies, right? So in the past. And last one, Shree Cement. That's also an interesting stock. Shree Cement. So graph is so smooth, even though volatility may be in the short run, but very nice long-term returns. Now let me invite the first company is, I think, Pidilite. So I'm just leaving the platform to them. Next group for the presentation, and I'll not be asking any question due to the lack of time, right? I'll not be asking any questions in between. In my summary, right, I'll be discussing about various points. Yeah, so who is going to control the presentation from the group for Pidilite?
Sir, can you give me the permission?
Nehal.
Yes,
Nehal, okay. Nehal, you are you can carry on.
Visible? Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it is visible. It is.
Yes, Nihal, it's visible. It's visible.
One second.
I think you are on mute. You have started with your presentation. Please unmute. I'm able to see the slide, but I'm not able to hear anything. Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, now it is audible, Nitish.
Okay, so yeah, good evening, everyone. We are Group 7, and we're presenting our stock analysis of Pidilite Industries. So we'll start with a company overview. So as we all know, Pidilite is the largest adhesive manufacturing company in India. It was founded in 1959, and the current MD CEO is Bharat Puri, who assumed office in 2015. Pidilite operates in 80 plus countries, but more than three quarters of its operations lie in India. It is mostly known for its adhesive products, Fevicol, Fevikwik, and Fevibond. Apart from adhesives, Pidilite also functions in the industrial chemicals, paper solution, and organic pigment segments. So it was listed in 1993 and with a valuation of 60 crores. And in 2016, they were awarded the most promising company of the year by Finance Minister and Law Minister of India. Their key customer segment amounting to about 86% revenue is bazaar products used by the average end consumer, while industrial products and others constitute 14% approximately. Adhesives and sealants make 57% of their product mix. Industrial chemicals about 20%, while other minor products make about 15%. Looking at the competitive landscape, we can see that Pidilite owns the adhesive and chemical market in India with a market share of 70% and a market cap of about 89,000 crores. Its closing price today was rupees 1,723. Let's have a quick view on the key financials of the company. So Pidilite has a higher price to book and PE ratio as compared to the industry average. However, a strong financial health is conveyed by its high interest coverage, return on equity, and margins. The company is almost debt-free as portrayed by its low debt-to-equity ratio. The revenue CAGR for Pidilite has been about 10% in the last 5 years, and share prices have grown by a CAGR of 27% in the same period. EPS and profits have also grown with a CAGR of more than 12% in the same period. Now let's move on to the industry overview.
Yeah. Thank you, Nidesh. Taking it forward with the industry overview, the Indian chemical sector consists of almost 7% of GDP. That is almost around $180 billion of industry, and it is producer chemical sector is mainly divided into 6 sub-segments: basic organic chemicals, specialty chemicals, chloralkali, pesticides, dye stuff, and alcohol-based chemicals. So, coming to India, mainly produces basic organic chemicals, and basic organic chemicals play the supply side for the industries like uh, adhesives, sealants, leather chemicals, dyes, and intermediaries. Uh, Pidilite mainly produces adhesives and sealants and constructive chemicals, which constitute around 80%, over 80% of their product portfolio. So, looking at the adhesives, almost $1 billion USD in India, and it is expected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 11.7% for the next 4 years. So let's look at the main growth drivers. So the main consumers of the adhesives and sealants are paper, board, and packing segment. But if you look at the packaging segment is not an end product. It could be an intermediary product whose demand is boosted by the end user industries like food and beverages, cosmetics, consumer goods, stationery, and other end user industries. So this packaging segment is the biggest booster for the adhesives and sealant industry. And second thing was raising second driver was the bio-based adhesives, as the consumers environmental consciousness has been improving. So the normal adhesives and sealants constitute of volatile organic compounds. So when these bio-based adhesives have a degradability factor which constitute for lesser indoor pollution. So this actually has been given some impetus towards this adhesives and sealants sector. And another sector which contributes to this sector and end user sector which contributes to adhesives and sealants is the building and construction sector. And there has been organic growth in this sector due to government spending for developing infrastructure, and also due to raising population, which also led to the growing trend of urbanization. And over this, there is a robust demand in transportation, especially automotive industry, as the manufacturing industries are trying to reduce the weight of the vehicles. So the nuts and bolts are being substituted by the adhesives and sealants. And it's intuitive that furniture industry is also one of the industries which contributes to the end user segments of the adhesives and sealants. And almost looking at the construction chemical subsector, which constitutes to around 15% of the product portfolio of Pidilite. So mainly these growth drivers for the construction chemical subsector is the Indian infrastructure sector, which maintains the demand for construction chemicals, and which is primarily boosted by the government initiatives, infrastructure needs, housing development, and also the external investment which has been happening, and due to the public and private partnership projects. And if we look at the main challenges faced by industry is the volatility of the cost of raw materials, as it depends on the price of the oil, and it is also the procurement is has supply chain constraints. And another challenge is meeting the growing consciousness of the consumers' health and environmental concerns, as it has given an opportunity to meet through research and development, but also it has been a challenge among the competitors uh, in the form of research and competition. Uh, yeah, that's it. Going to financials.
Thank you, Chakradhar. So let us quickly look at the horizontal trend of the Pidilite. So if we look at the operating profit margin, so it has grown from around 20% in 2011 to around 26% in 2020. And we have just defined a new ratio, that is liquidity metric, in which we have look at the coverage of the short-term obligations of the company by working capital. So higher the ratio, the better it is for the company. So if we look at the ratio, so it has grown from around 3 to around 6 in March 2017, and it is around 4 for the past 3 years. And if we look at the debt to equity ratio, so the company is almost debt free from 2014. And also, if we look at the cash conversion cycle, so a company has effectively reduced the cash conversion cycle from around 58 days to 50 days. And it is bit lower in between, like from 2015 to 2018-19, it is below the 50 days. Also, the interest coverage ratio of the company has grown from 14 to uh, 108, and it performed really well in year 2017, 18, and 19. Next slide, please. So now let us look at the how competitors of the Pidilite performed in terms of these ratios. So if we look at the uh, efficiency of the asset utilization, so Pidilite performed really well as compared to other competitors for the past 10 years. But there is this one company, Deepak Nitrite, who is performing well in 2020 as compared to Pidilite. Also, if we look at the cash conversion cycle, the same phenomena is observed. Deepak Nitrite and Tata Chemicals performed better than Pidilite in the past 3 years. Next slide, please. Okay. Also, if we look at the profitability ratio, there also Pidilite performed really well. But as I pointed out earlier, in the asset utilization, Deepak Nitrite performed well in the year 2020. Here also the same case is observed. Here Deepak Nitrite has around operating profit margin of 25%, whereas Pidilite is having around 24%. So it is performing a bit better than Pidilite. Also, if we look at return on equity, so Pidilite almost performed better than all other players for the past 9 years. And in the 2020, Deepak Nitrite and Tata Chemicals performed better. Next slide, please. Then we looked at the uh, one more characteristic, that is channel stuffing. So channel stuffing basically talks about the shippings of goods to the intermediate agents like distributor and retailers. where the shipping of goods is more than the likely demand of the product. So in that case, what happens that the product is the company books profit for that product on its uh, P&L sheet, but actual cash profit is not recognized. So if we compare the other players, so in that case, the variability of this ratio is a bit low for the Pidilite, but Aarti Industries and Deepak Nitrite are performed better in some of the years like 2015, 2016, also in 2018 and 2020. So now over to you. Nehal will talk about the business model.
So in this slide, we look at the SWOT analysis of the Pidilite. So looking at the strength of it. So Pidilite is one of the market leader in adhesives and sealant segment. It captures around 68% of the market share, while no other player in this segment captures as much as Pidilite. It has a very strong branding strategy. It has positioned itself as a trustworthy brand through various promotional channels. It has leveraged the use of various digital platforms and has a very strong social media presence. Pidilite has a wide variety of products in its chemical segment. It has around 500 products in its portfolio. It also has extensive pan-India network of suppliers and distributors who are distributed geographically throughout India. And in the retail outlets, it has presence of Pidilite products in about 3.2 million outlets in India. Now, speaking about the financial risk profile, Pidilite has a very low gearing ratio with strong interest coverage metrics, a healthy cash accruals which can fund the working capital. As a result, we can say that it has a very good financial strength going forward in the medium term. So now next, speaking about the weakness of the company, the company is overly dependent on 2 or 3 products like Fevicol, M-Seal and Dr. Fixit, which contributes around 70% of the revenue. This could be riskier going in the future. Also, the company depends on the acquired brand for the research support, and it uses its own research capabilities only for very few products. This could deteriorate the quality of research which is happening in the other products. And the chemical segment does get affected due to cyclicality. Now, speaking about the opportunity, Pidilite had entered into a contractual agreement with WD-40 company, which is very well known, and using its help, it has managed the sales and distribution of the multi-use products. It has as I've previously told, it has a very strong digital media presence. So using that, it can improve its brand equity. It has started focusing on various overseas market whose demand scenario is same as that of India, like Southeast Asia and Middle East. Next, the newer categories such as waterproofing and floor coating might see a very good growth in the medium term because the demand in those segments are increasing. Speaking about the threat, there is competition from international and domestic players, which is rising. And the chemical segment, which is highly volatile in nature, and also the growth in the chemical industries has declined recently during the COVID times because these don't come under very essentials. And this segment also gets affected due to changes in the government policies and regulations. Now, speaking about the Porter's 5 forces, the bargaining power of buyers is quite low in this. Why? Because Pidilite is one of the prominent leader like no other in the market, and the switching cost is moderate here, while price sensitivity is quite high. Speaking about the bargaining power of suppliers, this is low due to the more number of suppliers in the market, and they are not concentrated over a particular region. Rivalry among existing players is medium because products are not highly differentiated. As a result, there is price wars which exist due to lack of differentiation. The threat of new entrants is quite medium because of the capital intensive industry, and also it is very difficult to establish the brand equity like Pidilite. The threat of substitutes is quite low because the products are already priced very low due to the competition. Now moving on to the consistent performance.
Yeah, yeah, Nihal. So like you mentioned, sir, this stock is a very good performer for the last 10 or 15 years. So we have found out some of the reasons why it is so. So like Nihal have mentioned that it is having a very high brand value. So because of that, it is having a very limited competition in the market. So it is so Pidilite is present in niche and underpenetrated in high growth categories with limited competition makes it a good play on Indian consumer goods spend. So because of that, it makes it difficult for other players to entrance. So and people just like people have a very good opinion on the brand. And moving on to the next point, it like we said, it has a near monopoly on adhesives and sealants. Uh, because no other company has a brand which is national wide. Other there are many companies which are prominent in some regional wise, but throughout India, their Pidilite is the only. Other competitors like Deepak Nitrate and Aarti Industries, they are into the specialty chemicals, but not mainly into adhesives and sealants. And because of these reasons, Pidilite's main revenue sources from these two products, Fevicol and MC. So again, Pidilite commands a premium over because of the high brand value. It has a premium price, the other competitors sell at a lower price. Because of the brand, it can able to maintain that premium within itself. So again, because of the large, because of the presence from the starting stages, it always blocked the entrance of the multi corporations because the consumer good giants like HUL and ITC, they try to enter into the adhesive segment, but because of this brand value and high entry cost, it didn't allow them to establish themselves in the adhesive segment. And it always try to acquire the company which it seems as a threat to them. So Blue Coat was one of the upcoming company in adhesive segment, but Pidilite acquired it. Again, Nina is another company which had a very good potential in the waterproofing system, but again Pidilite acquired it, and it made a heavy investment on Nina. So because of this, other competitors find it very difficult to match it with the Pidilite. Nihal, next slide. Yeah, so these are some of the concerns which we think might affect Pidilite in the long run. So like Nihal said, the Pidilite is having a very strong fundamental. So it's very hard for any other player to overtake Pidilite in this segment. Said that the Pidilite's major risk is from the raw material cost. So the raw material VAM, vinyl acetate monomer, that is a derivative of crude oil. So we all know that how fluctuation the crude oil prices might be. So Pidilite's risk is whenever there is a hike in the price of crude oil, it might take a beating to its PL statement. So again, like there was a condition, there was a question that what can be done if there is a rise in prices of crude oil and other things. And since this raw material is imported from foreign, the deal is linked to dollar value. So whenever the rupee is being depreciated, it will be a concern for Pidilite, as most of the finished goods is being sold in Indian market. It's not being exported to the outside market. So the depreciating rupees value will affect Pidilite's PL statement again. And the last point being that the over dependence on Fevicol and MC, like we have mentioned that the 50% of the total revenue is only from these two products. This is like a double-edged sword, because this will allow Pidilite thinking that they don't need other products to shine, because anyway Fevicol and M-Seal is going good for them. So if any problem comes or any other alternative comes for these two products, then it will be a big problem for Pidilite in the long run.
So now talking about what the future holds for Pidilite, we'll be discussing how their entry into newer categories like waterproofing and floor coating has given them additional revenue, as they have witnessed a very huge growth. So this will be very profitable for them in the medium term. The second thing is that they have increased their focus to their overseas markets, which are majorly in the South Asia or Central Africa. And from there also they can generate additional revenue, and this again would be beneficial for them in the medium term. Now, as we all know that 2020 has been an year of shutdowns and lockdowns, which has resulted in a huge losses and low outputs for company or nearly every company in every industry. So the demand for adhesives, which is excessively used in manufacturing, was very low. But now that's since the companies are still have begun operating, manufacturing has started, the pent up demand which has been latent since this 1 year will now be there, and Pidilite can take additional advantage of this and supply all the products now. Now coming to the next point, which is that we have already discussed, is their financial performance. As we can see that they have very high operating margins, they have a low gearing ratio supported by a high interest coverage ratio. We can see that their financial health is very stable, and this will likely to be in the future, and their capital structure would still be strong in the near future. The next point is that they have also entered into another new market segment, which is interior decoration and interior designing, by acquiring a 30 million stake in Homelane. So again, that is a segment which is seeing a very huge growth, and Pidilite has been there to make the most of it. Now, coming on to the tiles adhesives, brands like Roff, which are doing really great because of the consumers' behavioral change from cement to tile adhesives, which has increased the demand. So the tile adhesives is generating additional revenue for Pidilite now. Now coming on to the latest strategical decision of them buying the US-based Huntsman Group in October 2020, which adds the Araldite brand into their portfolio, and this gives them a very strong position in the retail market, as Araldite brand is in itself a huge brand. So now, since they will have that also, it will create first of all an cost synergy, and additionally will give them a higher profit. So as we have discussed all this, we can see that there is still a huge potential for them, and Pidilite has already started working in that domain by expanding into newer markets, expanding into newer market segments, as well as expanding into newer products. So thus we can say that Pidilite still has a very bright future ahead. And this will be it, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I guess you are on mute. Hello.
Yeah. Sorry for that. Yeah. So thank you, Group Pidilite. We'll